You're listening to the How Is He podcast, brought to you by Carl Estimating, your one-stop shop for estimating and tender bids. Extra capacity without the payroll or HR headache. See carlestimating.ie.
Welcome back to the How Is He podcast. On my own again tonight. Papa is away, but he will be back soon. Today's guest is one of the internet's great Irish chaos merchants. If you spent any time online in Ireland during the Facebook video years, you definitely heard his voice coming over a cartoon character at some point. Dave Walsh, or better known as Walshunit, or Walshunit, or all the other variations of your name. Walshunit. yeah. He's an Irish social media creator and a comedian best known for viral comedy voiceovers and sketches with a strong Limerick flavour. He originally gained attention on Facebook and YouTube in the mid-2010s, having millions of views across all platforms for dubbing children's cartoons, especially Peppa Pig, with an exaggerated Irish slang and adult humour. More recently, he launched the Unit podcast, described as unscripted, hardly thought-out nonsense. The show appears to be very active, with regular episodes released in 2026. Hey, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
The strangest thing that when I reached out and contacted you was that phone with your name was Dave.
Oh, yeah.
You're not Dave, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I only had that the weekend as well. I was out the weekend and I can't remember why I mentioned my name, but people kept bringing it up. And I even feel like a fucking idiot saying it. I don't know why, and it's my name and it always has been.
Does anyone call you Dave? Family, yeah.
In a kind of professional setting, like if at work or stuff like that. Or, yeah, my family would kind of call me David. Like,
would they?
Yeah. And like, just in passing, if it was, for short, they'd say Dave, like, but mostly David, like.
Yeah.
But what I find it very weird, like, because all my friends just call me Walshy or Walsh or whatever, and then other people just shout fucking Peppa Pig at me. Like, do you know what I mean? But I'm not pushed. Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Spa, I want you joke. Straight off the bat, I do have to ask, because you would have come to my attention through a couple of platforms. I would have come across you on Facebook in them early mid-2000s, mid-2010s, and also I was a big fan of the Celtic Crack podcast I mentioned before you come on. Mm-hmm. I think it should come back. But the big question that comes to me straight away is why Peppa Pig?
To be honest, it was just an accident. Because I got, I don't know how, the way that things are now with video creation and stuff like that, it's so easy, so accessible. You can get the likes of CapCut and stuff like that and edit videos, or you can get iMovie for the iPhone or whatever, do you know, and you can get loads of different things. And all of my videos were created on the phone. I've never made a video on the computer.
All on the phone?
All on the phone. I've never made anything on the computer except until I started my podcast.
Yeah.
But I had an iPhone 4S. If that's any context as to how long ago.
Years ago, is it?
It was. No, it was a little bit all the time. But I got the iPhone and I got a video editor, Viva Video, it was called. And I just tested it out and I thought, I'll get this clip. And sure, back then you had to download your clips off YouTube or whatever. I can't even remember how we used to do it. Probably like using, video to YouTube to video or whatever, one of those downloaders. And I just did it. And I still have my first ever Peppa Pig video that I ever made.
Where are they on that phone?
No. I have the first one that I ever made on a private link on my YouTube.
No way.
On my YouTube channel. Yeah. It's literally Daddy Pig sitting outside the house in a chair reading the paper.
Yeah.
And in Limerick we have a newspaper called the Limerick Post.
Yeah.
And he literally just says like, oh, fucking nothing on this cunt of a post paper, like, fuck this, I'm going home or something. And he gets up and walks in, and it was so long ago that I had 50 Cent playing in the background. I didn't get flagged for it.
How many views did that get?
That never got popular.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't until, like, when I was doing that, it was never a thing. So I just threw that up on YouTube before I ever had my Facebook or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I started mostly kind of on Snapchat, and then it was my personal Snapchat account. And then people would ask me like, oh, will you put that up on Facebook so I can send it to my friend, or will you send me that video so I can send it to my friend, or whatever it was. And I'd be posting then on my normal Facebook page, and there'd be people adding me that I don't know, and then I'm kind of looking, going, right, I'm flooding my Facebook page with stuff, and then my friends and family, who are just used to me, have to put up with all that, and I'm oversaturating then, do you know what I mean? So I says, I'll just create a page instead on Facebook, and it just grew from there. It was literally by accident, like.
And what, like, I mean, is that something you would have done before, like the old voiceovers and
Like, for my...
your humour is unbelievable, man.
And like, I don't even... That's just Limerick. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just how we are.
Yeah.
And but what I do is, when I'm in Limerick and when I'm looking at normal day-to-day things in Limerick, I'm thinking, this is fucking mad.
Yeah.
Do you know, I can just see the funny side of it that people see, obviously, but I don't think they find it as funny as I do, like.
Yeah.
So then I think, if I say that online or in a video, people are going to be entertained by it, because I'm from there and I'm entertained by it.
Yeah,
And usually when people, even if people just hear me saying a sentence in my accent, it's the same. Like, do you know what I mean? If I hear someone saying a sentence that's mildly funny in a Dublin accent, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just because it's different, do you know what I mean? Like, I actually got the bus the other day, right? Because I was going drinking. I never get the bus. But there was a woman on the bus, right? And her child said to her, "Ma'am, were you born in the 80s?" She said. And she was just sitting there just looking. And the child was like, "Ma'am, were you born in the 80s?" And she looked and goes, "Was I born in the 80s? Fucking wish I was, because I'd nearly be dead." And nobody laughed. And then I'm thinking, like, how would you nearly be dead if you were born in the 80s? But, do you know, there's stuff
You're
like
not even
that.
50, bud.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's stuff like that. And I'm just looking going, this is mad. Like, there's just comedy happening all over the city all the time. And I just pick up on it and think, this is funny. Like, so when I do the Pepper voices, like when I do Daddy Pig, that's my impression of a Limerick father.
Yeah.
Mammy
yeah.
Pig is my impression of a Limerick mother.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why they're always saying, I'm going to do this to you and I'm going to do that to you, because it's all empty threats.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Your mother will be shouting and she's going to bounce something off her head. She's not going to, like, do you know? So
I used to love the line you used to say, bounce the Benson head's ashtray off.
but you know, and yeah, that's all it is, like, you know. And it just, I don't know, like, I just there's been times there when I tried to stop, like, creating things and just like, fuck it, like, why, I'll just leave it off, like, you know, whatever. And then I always just find myself just doing it on my public or my private profiles anyway. So then I just go back and do it again, like. But sorry, the question that you asked me at the start was it always something that I was kind of into or whatever. But like, I got a camcorder for my 18th birthday, 17th birthday, or something like that. Little tape on the side of it, and I used to be just walking around South Hill just recording things with my camera, like. So I was just I was creating,
Yeah.
do you know, before I was even uploading anything, like, do you know. So
Would you done it for, like, go back to that time, right? Obviously your 18th birthday, you got that. What a nice present to get.
17th or 18th. It was my mother's children's allowance, like, so I got it.
Class.
My birthday is in the middle of the month, so whenever it was like a landmark birthday, like the
Yeah.
16th or the 18th or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
you'll get the children's allowance then for that month.
Yeah, okay.
2 weeks early, because my birthday's in the middle of the month.
Is that right?
Yeah. That
But
was
like,
how we used to do it in the council estates.
Are you creating, thinking of possibilities down the line, or are you just, let's record this for the crack?
Just for the crack. Literally, that's it, like.
Because that's a present you'd have to ask for.
Oh, yeah. I was just obsessed with creating and not obsessed with trying to become anything or
Yeah.
to get anywhere, because there was no social media or anything like that.
There's no platform for
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, do you know, there was YouTube, yeah, but like, I was never thinking like, oh, I'm going to become a YouTuber or anything. It was probably before, like, there was probably some YouTubers or whatever, but it was way before the YouTubers that we have now, like
finger crack and all that
yeah,
stuff.
100%. But so it was never a thing of like, geez, I can go somewhere, I can do something with this or whatever. It's just like, I want to record this and I want to get a laugh with this, and I'd be sitting at home like plugging my camcorder into the telly and like watching it back, and if my friends were there or whatever, we'd be watching it back or whatever it is. And sure, the type of stuff that was going on in the estates, like.
Talk to you about growing up in South Hill.
Mental. Yeah, like, but
Do you have to mature very quick? In I'm from a housing estate.
yeah.
Not as big as South Hill, right? But do you have to mature very quick? You have to grow up very quick, I'd say.
Yeah, because you have to kind of be street smart.
Yeah.
Do you know? So, like, I say it was mental, but like, what I mean by mental is like, well, I suppose it's by some people's opinion, like, it'd be mental in a lot of ways. But for me, it was just mental, as in like, there's just always something kind of going on. Do you know? And you always kind of see mad stuff. Like, it was normal for us to be normal for us to be sitting down having a cup of tea or eating something or whatever, and you just hear a rob car outside, and then you get up and look out the window or go out to the corner and you're watching this car flying around, like, and the guards coming and...
Yeah. What's the earliest memory of something mental happening?
So...
I use mental in the same context.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be that mental now, like it wasn't a massive event, but just thinking back now as a father myself, I was young. I don't know what age I was. I've a very bad memory of being young.
That you can't remember.
Yeah, I just don't. I just don't recall a lot of stuff, right? But I remember I went into a garden one day, right? This is just my earliest memory of something like kind of bad that I shouldn't have been around or whatever it was, right? But I found a yacht bottle, right? And you know when you're a child, you're just picking things up and throwing them, whatever. But it was an empty yacht bottle, right? And I saw something inside it, and I was thinking, what the fuck is that? And it was all like plastic or something in it, so I was pulling it out or whatever. And I don't know, was I on my own? Was there anybody with me or whatever it was? I don't know. And there was all these sticks in it. And I was just breaking up all the sticks and throwing them around the garden and everything else. Sure, I realised years later it was a load of hash. Do you know? And I don't know.
That's how it was delivered.
Well, they were hiding it.
They were doing a yop, or they were hiding it in the yop.
They were hiding it in an empty yop, yeah. But like that's just the earliest like thing that is kind of mad that I remember. And I didn't realise it until years later. I was like, fuck it, that's what those things were. Because they were just all... And the way they were wrapped up in deals and everything, and obviously someone would just get asked for what they need and they go down to the corner and take that out. Sure, I don't even know how much it cost or anything. And I just broke them all up and threw them around the garden.
Twigs.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
But there was always mad shit. It's after calming down a lot, thank God.
What do you think the reason for that is, Walshy?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's like... I don't know, is it the fact that like there's just better advances in the guards and cameras and stuff? Okay. I don't know. I really don't know. Or did people cop on or what? But there was always kind of mental stuff happening, like, do you know what I mean? You'd see you could be going to school, like, and you'd see places taped off or whatever, like, do you know what I mean, after a violent incident happening or whatever. And that was just normal, do you know what I mean? And you'd just be told, like, oh, don't go that way now because that's taped off, go this way. Or if the guards are there, they'd be like, oh, go around there, lads. And you're just walking past going, oh, I wonder what happened there. And
but you would have been...
Doesn't even cast you a thought.
The innocence in the youth there probably means that you wouldn't have been scared or frightened.
No.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, if you were never... Do you know, if you were never
If you were landed in there 30 years of age.
Yeah. You'd be like, fuck. Yeah. Like, I remember hanging around with people like that weren't from areas like that. And you'd tell them, like, geez, that's going on over there. And they'd be like, fuck, is it? What? Jesus. Yeah. And I'd be like, whatever, like. Yeah. And I'd turn my head and walk on, you know. But, like, in one sense, like, it's good because you know what to avoid and what kind of life you don't want to live. And then in another sense, it's kind of mad that you kind of grow up with all that kind of stuff going on.
Do you know, is it hard to avoid?
Yes. Yeah. I was around... I could have went down any path I wanted to growing up. And I genuinely don't know how. On my hand and my heart, like, I've never tried a drug in my life. Yeah. Never got...
smoked? You don't really drink?
Tried smoking and wasn't for me. No, but you know, when you're younger, whatever, and everyone's, you know, doing that type of thing, and it was just never for me.
Yeah.
And then I came up around every type of drug. I've seen it all, like, right next to me.
Yeah.
And... it just never interested me. And I don't know what it is. Like, people, when I tell people that, they kind of go like, oh, and did you see kind of the damage that it can do to families and this and that? I didn't see the damage that drugs could do to families until I was in my 30s, I'd say.
Yeah. You didn't recognise it as young lad.
Like, yeah, like, I'm not, like, obviously I knew, do you know what I mean? But I didn't experience anything bad like that until I got older, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, being younger, like, and I was just seeing all that stuff happening, and I was like, that's not for me. Do you know what I mean? And like, silly little things happen. Like, we were drinking around the roads as teenagers, and you'd get arrested, and your mother would get called or whatever. But other than that, like, I never got in any trouble, never tried any drugs.
Any pressure to put you into that?
Oh yeah. But what it was then was like, so the people that I'd be friends with at the time, if we went anywhere, like if we went into town or if we went to another state or something like that, and then someone would come along looking for a fag or whatever, and they'd tap me or whatever, and I'd say, no, I don't smoke. And you know, when you're younger, whatever, like, you do, come on, give us a fag, whatever. And then the crowd that I'd be with, then would be like, no, he never even smoked, he doesn't smoke at all. It's almost like a badge of honour, do you know what I mean?
Priest, is he?
But like, he's mad, he doesn't smoke at all, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're mental, yeah.
But, do you know, so there would be kind of peer pressure from certain angles, but then other people would be like, he's just like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And people used to be saying to me, I'd love to see you stoned, and I'd love to see this, and I'd love to see that. So it was always
never for you.
It was always an option, and I really don't know how I steered away from it, but I'm very thankful that I did. Like,
it's because a lot. Look, I mean, and I'm not trying to cast a black mark on where you were raised or anything like that. I'm raised in a similar place, but just not as big. But like, I understand the peer pressure, right? And I understand like the fact that you were able to maintain your social status in them groups and just get on with, do you know?
Yeah, I was the joker, you see.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. Do you know what I mean?
What were you like at school?
Fucking idiot.
Oh yeah. It was like school.
But so when I came out of primary school and I went into secondary school, I just couldn't get on. I just couldn't, like, I never really got, when I went into secondary school, like, I didn't last too long in a normal secondary school. I actually went to it'd be more like a kind of a youth reach kind of
YT,
thing,
I know
you know what I mean?
about,
So my brother got in trouble in school. I think he threw an apple and hit the principal in the head or something stupid like that. So my brother got thrown out of school. So he was sent to this school that would take you on if you were thrown out of school.
Get a few bob as well, right?
Well, you could earn it. Yeah. It's not like the ones where you can go and you get paid for going.
You have to go work.
It's a different kind of thing. But he got sent to that school because no other school would take him, and he was only a teenager. So then I was in another school, mainstream school, and it wasn't for me. I couldn't get along. I didn't have a friend group as such in the school. There was a couple of people that were all right to me, like, you know what I mean? But overall, like, it kind of wasn't for me. So then when my brother was going to that other school and he didn't have to wear a uniform, you got your breakfast, your dinner, your lunch in school. You had an opportunity to earn money, go on trips, everything else, you know what I mean? So I just kept on and on and on with my mother to take me out of the school I was in and put me into that school, and I'm very lucky that they actually took me on, and I stayed in that school until my 18th birthday. I did not want to leave, like.
Go ahead.
Yeah, loved it.
What's the progression after that then in relation to, can you go third level, PLC?
You probably could, but I didn't. The education was never a thing that I had interest in. My teachers and stuff used to say that I was smart, and I always felt like I was, I didn't feel stupid, like, do you know what I mean? I always felt like I kind of knew what I was at, like, do you know what I mean? But I never, like, I wouldn't have had the best education.
Yeah.
But
that wasn't because it wasn't provided.
No.
It's just you had no interest. Not even education, you had no interest in maybe the teacher, the subject, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I get that. That happens a lot. I was similar. I was very similar.
But I did get on very well, and I've very positive memories of that school, do you know what I mean? But you see, there would have been people involved in like getting in trouble and stuff going to that school, and maybe like people with learning difficulties and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? So it was kind of a case where, because I went there and I was doing all that kind of stuff, then I was fine, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I could have got, like, if I stayed in the school I was in, I could have went on and did my leaving cert and stuff. No, I could have in there as well, but I did like an equivalent of a junior cert. I can't even remember what that's called now, but
I don't know.
Yeah. So I suppose I did. That's the amount of education I got, was like the equivalent of a junior cert. Do you know what I mean? You're not sitting down doing an actual exam. You just have all different kind of projects and
straight
stuff.
Straight to
like
work
that.
then. What's you after? Straight into work.
So no, So I wasn't raised up around work and success and that type of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like my father passed away when I was 8.
Wow.
So it was just my mother in the house and 4 of us, 4 kids, right? So she had her battles with mental health and stuff like that. So she wouldn't have been working, do you know what I mean? And just in the area that I was in, like, there wasn't a lot of positive influence of that type around.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to learn that type of thing myself. Like I did go into work. I started working when I was 18, I think, but I never took it as like, this is my job.
Career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I need this job. I need to work. I need to build a life. I need to save. There was no such thing as saving, like, or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So I was in and out of jobs. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't really hold down a job. I wasn't great at getting up in the morning and stuff like that.
Most
It was just, and do you know, as I say, like there wasn't really the positive influence of that around. You know, you have to go to work now. You have to do this. You have to save. You have to do that, and whatever. But in fairness, like I started driving when I was 19. I bought my first car and all of that kind of stuff. And I've always been driving since. Do you know what I mean? I went and got my full license very quickly and stuff like that. So I kind of just did what I needed to get by.
Yeah.
And as I said, I was in and out of jobs. I didn't really have. I wouldn't really last too long at jobs. Do you know what I mean? I'd get let go from a job maybe if the contract finished, and then it might be months before I get work again. Do you know? And that's just kind of how it was.
But that's your network, though, right? I mean, as you said, that's your network. Like you didn't have a map of success, or a career path of success.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's wrong. Sometimes people define success as that actual map.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not.
No. But look, I kept the head down, I kept out of trouble. Do you know what I mean? Somehow, I genuinely don't know how I did that, right? But like, do you know, most people around where I grew up, didn't own their houses and stuff like that, and we always.
That's what I mean. You were in your norm. You're in your norm.
So I didn't feel like there was a thing to work towards. Do you know, that kind of way? And plus, we always felt like when we were younger as well, and there was a bit of a stigma about where you were from and stuff like that, so you'd always be under the impression, young lads at that time, like, were under the impression, oh, they didn't hire me now because I'm from there. Do you know? And then there was people like, oh, I'm putting my aunt's address on it because she lives in a better area. And the same with people getting insured, they'd be like, oh, I'm getting insured at my nana's house and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. So there was a bit of a stigma there as well, and kind of negative thoughts.
Do you think that stigma is true? Do you think that's a true stigma?
Not anymore. And like, I'm not saying it was, but I mean, I definitely felt it when I was younger. Yeah, I definitely felt it when I was younger, and you know, I felt like sometimes that I was judged when I was younger because of where I was from, just in workplaces or you know, when you go for an interview or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Would that have been would that have been an echo from what you hear from where you live?
Oh, probably. Yeah. Just like that, there was negative stuff happening in the area. Do you know what I mean? So some people, narrow-minded people, might think like, oh, anybody from there so is going to be like that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's good. It's after turning around, and it's a much nicer place now. I don't live too far from there now. And yeah, it's way calmer and way just a more positive environment. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I think society changes a lot of that as well, because I suppose for a kid to get up the trouble, he has to get out of the house, right? Not much takes a kid out of the house now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
for a group to form or whatever, people have to get out of the house to do it.
Yeah, they're mostly just on online parties and stuff like that, and game or whatever. But I don't know if I don't know. I think that'd worry me if I was a young lad, though. Being stuck in?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be like thinking going back, but see, I never, even when there was like video games and stuff like that when I was younger, I was never the type to just sit in home and play video games. You know what I mean? Even though there was some people like that, but it was a way bigger thing now since online gaming and stuff like that came around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have played them, alright, but I would have much rather been out.
Yeah. I was the same. Yeah, I was always out. I was always like
floating around doing something.
I'd always have like bicycles and stuff like that, and I'd be like, you'd find old bike frames and stuff around the place, and you'd be constantly like, oh, look at that frame, I'll take my wheels off and I'd put them onto that. And then you'll go up and you might find you could be down like at the shopping centre, it could be 15-20 minute walk or whatever down the road, you might find a bike frame and you're like, oh, there's good brakes and that, and you're carrying it up on your shoulder. Do you know what I mean? So there was always we always just kind of did stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just going around, arsing around and messing with bikes.
I bet you wouldn't change it, would you?
No. It's great, because as I said, like, if it gives you an awareness as well. Do you know what I mean? And
it does,
it shows you what paths the children and stuff can go down.
Yeah.
If they're not educated on what paths not to go down. You know what I mean?
Also,
and why not?
You said it earlier, it also makes you extremely streetwise before your years and extremely wise
Yeah.
before your years.
I remember when I was young, right? And it was actually probably the fellas who owned that yap full of hash, right? They called me at the corner one day and they says to me, "Hi, kid, go down to the shop for us and we'll give you £1." I was like, yeah, we'll give you £1 if you go down to the shop for us. I said, yeah, perfect. So what you want? So they told me what they wanted. I think I'd get fags and everything else, because you could at the time. Like.
Yeah.
And they were like, get me fags, get me a bottle of Coke, get me this, get me that. And get me these, they're throat sweets for a sore throat. They're called Tampax. He says, right? He says, go down and get me the Tampax and get me this and get me that and blah, blah, and keep £1 for yourself. I says, yeah, no bother at all. I went down to the shop, just didn't ask for them, came back up and was like, here, lads, didn't have them sweets at all. And just let on. Do you know what I mean? Because you're clued in. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? From a young age of do you know, is he trying to make a fool out of me?
Or, do you
know, and that kind of way. Like, so, yeah, it is. It's
you
good.
Can't teach that.
No.
You can't teach that kind of third eye, right? You just know, like, look, we all had it. I worked in building sites and that. Go get the old spirit. The
long stand.
I went, like.
Say
Gulliver Race sounds like
I did it to my nephew.
Yeah.
I brought my nephew on work experience in my old job, and we sent him in next door for the long stand, like, and he was in it for ages.
Let's jump forward the videos, right? Because they were really fucking good. The voiceover videos. At what point are you thinking, fuck, there's something, this is taking off here a little bit?
Probably around 2015, 16, 17. I think around there. Anytime I ever uploaded a video, like, it would blow up, like, do you know what I mean? But it was just all it was for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, geez, that video was good. And then I might have a couple of people approach me or whatever in the street or text me or whatever and say, oh man, that video was very good, or I'll have people quoting it or whatever. And then if I hear people, like, if you were to message me now and you're not from Limerick, do you know what I mean? I'd be like, Jesus, that's mad. There's a fella up the country and all who's listening to him, do you know what I mean? But it was always, that's all it ever was, do you know what I mean? I never thought that it would be any more than that, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What numbers are you looking at then? Do you know, like, do you know what the...
Jesus, I don't know. But some of the videos...
right?
Some of the videos would have got, like, 3 million views, like. Do you know what I mean?
That's nuts, like.
Yeah, I know. Mental. Imagine that now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you can monetize on Facebook and all now. Like, you couldn't... Well, I don't know.
Are you raging over that?
A little bit. But I think people have it very easy now. Anyone who wants to create content can do so in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Back when I was when I first started creating content, Jesus, the stuff you had to figure out, like you'd have a picture editing app, you'd have a video editing app, then you'd have another app that could do a watermark because you weren't able to add a layer over a watermark, you know? And then you'd be starting the videos and everything because you'd be putting them into so many different apps trying to do them, and you'd have free apps that would have their own watermark, and you'd have to crop it and this and that, and you'd have to go on and download any sound you wanted, you know, YouTube MP3, and oh man, it was mad, like, do you know what I mean? So I think that's why it wasn't so popular back then for people to be creating content, because it was just difficult, like, unless you put a bit of money into it, like, do you know what I mean? But I never invested anything into my videos or my content or anything until I started my podcast.
Do you ever have any approaches around then from companies or anything like that asking to sponsor or like promote anything for them? Or because like 3 million views, there's 3 million people looking at your shit,
like, I still have 115,000 followers on Facebook, but it doesn't really mean anything anymore. Facebook is not, you know,
what's your TikTok? TikTok's up there, right?
TikTok is 20,000 only.
And your TikTok videos are brilliant.
Yeah,
I see one there today. Don't enter, mind your head on the stairs.
I was actually killing time. Where was I? Newbridge or something. Yeah. But yeah, it was like a kind of do you know when you say things like that, do you ever find people in the comments going, oh, what did you mean by that? Why didn't you tell us what you were talking about? Yeah. But yeah, it was like kind of underneath the stairs that brought you into the back of like a little coffee hatch thing. It was like, no trespassing.
Oh, no trespassing, sorry,
in a shopping centre. And it was like, no trespassing, mind your head. So I was like, yeah, don't trespass, but if you do, please be careful. So no, but it's just all stuff like that. Whenever I see something and it's like I almost freeze up and I'm like,
The signs, there was a...
Oh yeah, the faded signs. Yeah.
Did you go around painting them for a while or something?
No, I made stickers and stuck them on over.
Yeah.
There's a place near me called Meanus.
Yeah.
Or Manus, or however the fuck you spell
Manus,
it.
yeah.
Whatever, but it's M-E, Anus.
Yeah.
So someone painted over the M-E. So before we rewind back, I was delivering out to country roads, and I saw this sign, and it was all faded. And anytime I ever see something like that, I'm just looking, going, I could make a video. So I could do something with that. Do you know what I mean? So then there was one day I was passing, and I was like, I have it. So I pulled in the van, and I jumped out. I was like, lads, look at the sign. Look how faded it is from people reading it over the years. Man, the amount of people that were commenting on it going, that's not how it works. How would the sign fade from people reading it? And I'm like, man. And I replied,
just talk ahead, like.
and I says, like, Jesus, look at that one up there. No one must be reading that, because it was fully black. Do you know what I mean?
That's brilliant.
And when I posted that video, man, about 3 weeks later, the sign got changed.
Go ahead.
They redid the whole sign. It was one of the big, huge ones, like. So then I think someone said, like, oh, is there anything you can do with this sign? And they sent me the sign outside with the paint over the M-E. So I actually have a machine at home for making stickers. So I cut out a black M-E, and I cut out a white square, and I went out and I stuck the white square over the spray paint, and I stuck the text on over it. And it was just for the crack, just because I'm like, oh, people think, no, I'm the sign fixer man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No,
and I probably could have got in trouble for it as well, like, because
You could have,
yeah.
Trespassing, mind your head.
But I mean, like, I'm sticking stickers on a legal sign, do you know what I mean? But in fairness, I was doing it to upgrade the sign. I wasn't changing it. I wasn't doing it like, do you ever see the deer, do you know, the danger deer sign down by the Barack Obama Plaza? See his little willy?
No.
They have little willies.
Do they?
Yeah.
On the deers?
Yeah. If you're coming down this way and you're heading if you get onto the motorway and you're heading towards the Barack Obama Plaza, on the left-hand side there is a deer with a willy.
Caution deer, right? That's a sign.
Yeah,
right?
well, it's just a picture of the deer. It's like a stag or something, the picture.
And there's willies on him.
Yeah. And on each side of the motorway. Yeah, keep an eye. But they look like true to life and everything, like proper size. But you know, if I was doing stuff like that, I probably would have got in trouble. But if anyone reported me, they'd probably say, "What did he do? Oh, he stuck on. He fixed the sign."
He fixed the sign, yeah. But you have a kind of the vibe I get and the humour I get off is kind of like. Do you know the kind of Irish mystery sketch shows like a Jake Stevens, something like that? Because I looked at a few things where he went into the shops and asked for things, like, and he rang a place asking for things.
Oh yeah, I did that as well. I rang. I pranked Dunn Stores.
Yeah.
I rang them and asked them, did they have any special milk for my cat? And your man was pure. I was like, what type of milk do you do? And your man was like, we have, like, he was a man, and he was putting on a pure, like, oh, a lovely old woman kind of a voice to get me. And he was like, oh, well, we have fresh milk, light milk, regular milk. We have a couple of companies as well. And he's been pure nice to me. I was like, okay, would it be suitable to give to my cat? And he's like, yeah, I think it would be suitable to give. I said, yeah, because she's like a human. I said, you know the way they get so attached and they want to be eating what you're eating. You're having a biscuit or an orange and they want to eat it with you. And he's like, yeah, they like the things that they have and all this. And then I ended up telling him I love bondage and asked him, did he have any ball and chains or anything like that? And he goes, a bandage? Yeah, we have a bandage, like for a small wound or whatever. So then I just broke my shit laughing and just...
Would you ever consider putting something together like that? Like some kind of fucking sketch show or comedy show? Like Phone Hacker. Did you ever watch Phone Hacker?
Phone Jacker.
Or Jacker,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah. But it's always something that I'd love to do, and there's loads of things that I'd love to do, but I'm the type, I'm very, I procrastinate a lot.
Yeah.
And I always think, I'd love to do that, I'd love to do that, I'd love to do this. Like, I did stand-up comedy a few times, and I said when I started my podcast, I said I'd love to do stand-up comedy again sometime this year.
Yeah.
And I haven't went and done anything about that. Do you know what I mean? I could be knocking on doors and approaching, and I could be going to the couple of comedy clubs that we have in Limerick. Do you know, there's a couple of bars and stuff that run comedy clubs. And I could be going there and I could be sussing up, but I just haven't done it yet. I'm the type that, and it's a bad trait that I have, I'm the type that I wait for it to come knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You won't go chase it.
And I won't go chase it because I have my life going on as well. Do you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
When, like, since I started these videos, I've always had my daughter as well. And then I've had whatever job I had at the time as well, do you know what I mean? So I had other stuff going on all the time. So this was always only a bit of a pastime for me and just when I'm bored or whatever. But then, do you know, there was kind of more of a demand for it then at times. Like, you know, people, put out more videos, do this, do this. So then you'd get more mad motivated to do it, do you know what I mean? And then, like, that's that sense of knocking on the door for me is people pushing me, do you know what I mean? But, geez, there's loads of things that I'd love to do. And there's loads of things that I will do, but I just need to get the finger out and actually do them, do you know what I mean? And starting the podcast was one of those things. And
you built that studio, you're telling me yourself.
Yeah.
Fair play.
So what I wanted to do was, I went to the doctor and asked to be assessed to see did I have ADHD or something like that.
Did you recently?
Yeah. Only a couple of months ago.
What's wrong with you to that?
Huh?
What's wrong with you to that?
Because I just don't feel like I think normally. I don't feel like I...
Give me an example.
I don't feel like... I have a strange... Like, I don't know, man. I have a strange way of, like, the things that distract me and the things that, like, I just wouldn't have the motivation to go and do, like, this simple thing. Do you know what I mean? And I'll try to do it and then I'll just give, like, and I'll give it my all. I'll give something my everything. And then after a week or two or however long, I'm just,
that is a trait of it, right? That is a trait.
Do you know, but that's just an example. No, like, there's a lot more things.
I know what you mean.
There's a lot more things as well, deeper than that. Like, do you know what I mean? And I went and asked to be assessed for that. I went on. They gave me like 2 steps towards getting assessed, and then the HSE came back and said that they weren't pursuing it. So I'm thinking about going back and doing it privately. And finding out and trying to learn how to deal with it and stuff like that.
Would you medicate on it?
I wouldn't rule it out, like.
Okay.
Do you know? But
I get it.
I'd love to be able to focus on something, the things that I want to do. Because anytime I ever get ideas into my head, I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll obsess over it, do you know what I mean? And the reason I'm saying that was, you asked me about building a studio, and so what I did was I built the studio, got the mic arms, did a backdrop, made a sign, fucking
looks class,
lights, everything, and I did all that, so it would be too hard for me to quit. So it's
right there.
If I made too much of a thing out of it, then I can't just go, fuck that. Like, if it was just on a desk, I could fold up my laptop and never take it back out again. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that I built the studio...
It's right there.
The fact that I built the studio up, carpet down, bought seats, bought a fucking desk, this, that, everything. It's a full setup. Yeah. So I can't... It's in the way.
I can't ignore it.
I can't ignore it. Do you know what I mean? So that was why. That was a trick that I...
Is that not medication for your undiagnosed ADHD?
I don't know. Because...
Jeez, we're going deep, aren't we?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But... yeah, it's just when I set out to do something, I'll start.
Yeah.
And then I'll give up.
Yeah, I am a bit like that. This is probably something I used to do a lot of coaching and all that cracking. But this specifically is something that I could never believe that I'd stop doing it. But I would be a bit like that. And I think my problem is that I just don't like taking responsibility for shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get stuff to a point, and then I want people to do the rest for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be just lazy.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
But I was kind of thinking as well, was it laziness? But I'm not. I can't be that fucking lazy, like, to give up everything. No. Do you know what I mean? Anything if I get... I went away and I spent €600 on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Cycled it twice.
Yeah.
Do you know, just because I got this idea into my head, like, I'm going to go cycling now, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be fit and this and that and blah, blah. Cycled it twice and sold it a year later. Kept it for a year. And like, I'd have it out in the shed and I'd be like, it's out in the shed. No, I don't want to go out and get it because this or that. So then I'd be like, I'll put it in the hall, put it in my way so that I'd use it more often than not.
Climbing over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think a lot of people have that. Jesus, it's great. It's a great conversation.
Yeah, like, but don't be thinking that just because of those things, I think that I have it. There's a lot more.
Oh,
as
I
said,
get you.
like,
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
no,
know
geez,
what I mean?
I listen.
No, but I'm just in case there's people listening and going, like,
Yeah.
that's just fucking,
Yeah.
do you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But like, there is a lot more to it in the background.
But that
Like,
tells of in the scenario you're using, it is a trait of it, right? And it would add on to, as you mentioned, the other things that are in the background. But I would say that a lot of people have that. Like, I would have spent money on fucking snooker cubes. Snooker cubes, like.
yeah.
You know, I remember we were in fucking Mexico on holidays and I bought a Lucha Libre mask.
Yeah.
I bought a Lucha Libre mask.
What did I buy?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I bought one time? I bought a red hat, right?
Yeah.
A red woolly hat. Never put it on my head.
Yeah.
Do you know, just,
Yeah.
but there's been more random things like that. Oh, I bought, when I got not the iPhone I have now, I'm just trying to tell you this now because of how long ago it was, right? I bought the iPhone 15 when it was about a year old, so however long ago that was, right? And when I was going buying the iPhone 15, I was taking the money out to buy the phone, right? I says, I'll take out a bit of extra money now and I'm going to buy myself a guitar. Because I've always wanted to, I'm fascinated by anyone who can sing or play an instrument or
So am I.
just to do things. It's just amazing to me that people have these skills, do you know what I mean? And they're able to do all that kind of stuff, do you know what I mean? I think it's class. So I was like, I'd love to learn the guitar. I'm going to get a guitar. Went in, bought the phone, bought the guitar, came home, set up the phone, tuned the guitar, got an app on my phone, tuned the guitar, put on a YouTube video. Bang, dong, ding, bang. This is very hard. Haven't touched it since.
I done the very same thing.
Yeah?
And because I actually think I would love to be able to have a skill like that.
Yeah.
So I actually got a ukulele one year for Christmas. It's still in the box.
Yeah. Because I tried to put on YouTube videos and watch, but like I'm the type if I try to watch something like that, just distracted and can't concentrate. And it's not because I'm going on my phone and forgetting about it. It's just I literally cannot focus on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'd be good enough now with watching like documentaries and stuff like that. Do you know? Because there's.
Are you kind of person that it has to hook you in the first 30 or 40 seconds?
Yeah. That's why films start slow. So I'm bad enough for watching films.
Yeah.
Do you know? Because I find most films kind of start slow because you're trying to watch. There's your man. There's his wife. Oh, they're separated. This and that. And then you're like, come on, what's happening? Rob the bank. Do you know what I mean? I thought this was about robbing a bank. Stupid. Turn it off. He's in bed. Do you know? But it's that kind of thing. Like,
would you ever contemplate if you had that focus? What do you think you'd be like?
I think I'd be able to do all the things that I want to do. Do you know what I mean?
Realistically, though.
Well, not all of them.
This is what you go to space.
But like one giant step. But I mean, like, I'd love to be able to sit down. Just a simple thing like sit down and watch a film.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to. Do you know the way people can just do that and tune out? Now, if I have a partner or whatever, right? If I'm with a girl or whatever, I'm single now, but if I'm in a relationship and we sit down to watch TV at night, I can watch it, right?
Yeah.
But I fall asleep.
Okay.
Right? So, but the only reason that I can watch it is because I'm like, sure, I can't be on my phone now because it's rude.
Are you doom scroller,
yeah. No. Kind of like. But you see, it's not even that. It's like, I'd rather be doing anything but watching the telly.
Yeah.
Do you know? And like sometimes I put my phone in the bedroom and go out and watch
it. Charge it.
And go out and watch something on the telly. Do you know what I mean? But it's very, very hard for me to do that. Like,
the only thing that I have is sport.
I don't even have that.
Yes, what I mean. Like, I would watch darts, snooker, golf, football, rugby, soccer. I just love sport, and I'd watch it without my phone, uninterrupted, no panic. But if we sit down to watch a film, I had to put my phone upstairs because I would be all over it. Yeah,
no, I'd be good enough for that now. If I was in a relationship, that's the only time that I can sit down and watch the telly. But then I'll get pure comfortable and fall asleep. And then you'd get in trouble for falling asleep. And you're like, no, it's actually a compliment that I'm falling asleep because I'm comfortable and I'm relaxed and I'm happy. Do you know what I mean?
It's
I'm not asleep. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Asleep.
Yeah. Do you know, it's I didn't expect to kind of go this way, right? But I love it. when did you start having that? This is the last thing I'll ask you on it, I promise you. When did you start thinking, Jesus, there's something not right? In between my two fucking ears.
Yeah.
This can't be right. I'm not focused. Is that later?
No,
How old are you? You're 40?
No, 39.
39, sorry.
So I always kind of felt that, but it didn't bother me up until probably a year or two ago, maybe a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? I just thought like, sure, that's, do you know the way?
Yeah.
Do you know the way people are like, this fella's mad. He's like this, he's like that. Do you know what I mean? So I was kind of doing that about myself. I'm like, sure,
this is me.
I'm riddled in ADHD or whatever it is. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And I hate even saying it then because I don't want to take away from people who are actually diagnosed with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not one of those type of people that go like, I have ADHD, sure. And then everyone, do you? Yeah? I'm like, well, I think I do. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even like mentioning it too much.
I got you, yeah.
That's why I approached it in that way. I said I went and tried to see did I get assessed and see get some answers for what's going on inside my head.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, I always felt like I was different. But it's only the last year or two that I've actually wanted to get to the bottom of it. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And see, is there something that I can do?
Would it be fair to say that's a fairly brave thing to do as well, right?
I don't think so, but like maybe from the outside looking in, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it didn't feel like, oh geez, this is a big thing for me or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I just want to know, lads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it wasn't like a massive step for me to take.
Yeah.
I know some people would be like, oh, do you know, maybe they'd take it, but I'm just I
just hate bad
figure
news,
it out.
man.
Like, yeah,
not that's bad news, but I would hate going to a GP and getting something negative.
Yeah, okay.
There's no doubt that
Yeah,
I'm riddled or whatever. But something.
and you know what?
M&M's.
I'd rather find out the negative thing than.
No,
I was in work before, right? My sister was up in court. She'd no tax or something stupid like that. She had to go to court, right? So she rang me and she says, what she said to me, are you due up in court? I was like, no. She said, okay, you sure? I said, yeah, what? I don't think so. Why? She said, they just called your name out in the court.
No
I was
way.
like, what? And they were like, yeah. She was like, yeah, they called my name out. What do people normally do in that situation? Lovely. It's not me. Fucking nothing got to do with me. I rang the guard station.
Yeah.
I rang them. I was like, are you looking for me? They're like, what? Yeah. I had to find out. I can't, man. It'll eat away at me. Do you know what I mean? I'll be at home in bed tonight going, I wonder why they're looking for me. And it's not, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be...
Did you get to the root cause of that?
There's not going to be a big investigation over my head or anything because I'm not into anything, do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
maybe that's why, because I knew it couldn't have been anything that bad. But like, I was thinking maybe, I don't know, a driving offence or something like that that I just didn't know about. And no, geez, anything like that straight away, I have to find out.
Yeah. We're looking for you.
No.
No.
They were like, what?
It was different, obviously different devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
talk to me about, I'm going to go back to the questions.
Yeah.
This is the second one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. How do you think your content specifically would survive on a platform like Facebook today? Like, I know it's still active, but if you were putting your first video out now,
it'd be better quality. So I think it would go even further than it did, because what I'd always do with the Peppa videos, people used to be always saying to me, how can you make the Peppa Pig's mouths move? The Peppa Pig's mouths move. This is what I do on my podcast. I'm just sitting down, I'll say something, I'll repeat it back to myself. I'm like, what? That's not a real sentence. But they'd be like, how do you make their mouths move to what you're saying? I'm like, I don't. I look at what they're saying and I try and replicate that.
Yeah.
And I'd put it in. And the way that I used to make those Peppa videos, man, I'd go in and I'd get a clip, however long the clip is, right? It might be a minute and a half or whatever. And I'll do Peppa's voice and Daddy Pig's voice throughout the whole video. I'll save that video. I'll put it back into the editor again. Then I'll do the other voices so that they can be
slow working. Man.
So they can, yeah. But now, like, you can have all your different what are they called?
Syncs or whatever.
Like, you have a track here, a track here, a track here.
Ah, you're asking around.
Yeah, but like you can. So before, like, it used to be like, there's your track and there's your track, and they'll go up against each other.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But now, but now you can put it here. So when Daddy Pig's finishing talking, Mammy Pig can start talking at the same time. Whereas if you try to do that when you're talking and you're changing your voice, then it's not going to work. Do you know what I mean? So that's what he used to do. But as I said, we have that technology now, and it's a lot easier for me to create content now. So I think that if I put the same effort into videos and
As you did.
as I did, yeah.
Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy that?
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as I say, it's kind of hard for me to just get stuck in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was there this morning I told you I started at 6 today. I didn't. I'm lying. I started at 7:30 today. But I was there at 6:30 this morning, sitting down having a cup of tea, generating images on ChatGPT for a Peppa video. Do you know what I mean? And just randomly, I just didn't. I don't be thinking like, I must do this. So I have about 5 images generated now in my camera roll that I can, because I started making kind of AI ones. I'd make, because you can kind of do what you want with them. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like, they're like just pictures that flick through the scenes, and I'll voice them over. Do you know what I mean? And I'll kind of do like a narrator voice, and then I'll do their voices or whatever. So yeah, it's just random. I don't sit down and think like, I must do this now. I just kind of start.
You don't script them?
No.
You just go,
Yeah, if I watch back,
carrots.
if I watch back, yup. If I watch back one of my videos from a year ago, I laugh at it like,
yeah.
and I feel like a dope then if anyone's there, because I forget what I said.
Yeah, but that's brilliant to have joy
Because
in
I
that,
don't
though.
write a script. Do you know what I mean? I'll watch the video. I'll be like, oh, what's happening here? Oh yeah, George goes down there. He stands in a puddle. He's crying now because his shoes are dirty. Oh yeah, he's stood in dog shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll just do it then, do you know what I mean? And be like, oh, I'll do this and do that, and then Daddy Pig is right, what do you fucking do? Do you know? And then you don't remember what you're after saying.
Yeah.
So then when you go back and watch it, it's even entertaining for me to watch, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's brilliant, though.
yeah, no, I've never. The only time I've ever sat down and written was when, like, I did like a character, like a rapper character, Steak Knife,
Yeah,
and that was like I was sitting down.
Knife.
I tried to find like the most obscure nickname ever, but it turns out just someone called it. But anyway,
Go away.
yeah, I saw it on the paper.
Not Limerick.
But
Limerick rapper.
no, somewhere in the country anyway, in Ireland. But it was on the
Steak
paper.
Knife.
But if anyone ever hears about that, it was a total coincidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually sat down and was writing fucking raps, like, do you know what I mean? That's the only thing I've ever written.
Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, I love that as well. But
There's
it's just,
definitely a writer in you.
I don't know what's in me, man. And I'm not.
Hollow.
I'm not the type, like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the like. It's very hard for me to focus on something, but like if it's something like that, and it's funny, and
keep doing
I
it.
think it's going to entertain people,
Yeah.
I'll keep on going and
Yeah.
going and going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely think there's a writer in you or something, or some kind of script writer. Like the fact that you can, the big thing for me is, right, the reason I'm saying it, Walsh, you're right. Go back to the fucking camcorder in birthday. The fact that you can get joy from such a small space around you and make comedy from such a small space around you is actually a gift.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you've seen a sign on the stairs that said no trespassing, mind your head, and made
Yeah, because that's the thing. I'm just, it just
1 million
anywhere.
comedians walk past that and wouldn't find that funny.
Yeah.
You know, but it takes one person with the fucking
Just say
clear
one or
mind
two
to say-
sentences then, and then people
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah. So
Yeah.
why the fuck
Yeah,
would they
it's
tell
brilliant.
them mind their head?
Yeah.
Let them fucking bang their head if they're going to be trespassing. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's comedy gold. man.
But
It's brilliant.
yeah, I don't know. Just wired that way, man. To just always find the mistake that's written down, or find the funny
Find
thing.
the
Or,
sarcasm in normal life.
do you know what I love? Do you know what's my favourite?
Go on.
When the new takeaway opens up
Right.
and they get their first menu, and I go in and look for the mistakes.
Go away.
Yeah, a kebab shop opened up in Limerick one time, and I went in and they were selling a quarter poo under meal.
It's a video to highlight it.
Oh fucking hell! That was years ago now, but I don't. But I always. That's the thing. When a new place opens up, I'm like, oh yeah, go in here now, and I study the menu, and I'd be like, chick nugget, do you know, or something stupid like that.
Curry chip.
Yeah, it's just always, man. I'm just looking for the next thing, and I'm not even going like, I find something funny now in here. I'm just like, probably mistakes on that. Have a look.
Come here on Limerick Takeaways. The chicken place still open in the city. What's it called?
Chicken Hut.
It's still open.
Yeah.
Nicest chicken in Ireland.
You think so?
Oh, it's class.
Yeah, it is.
Is there
nice, yeah.
bear?
Huh?
You haven't got hillbillies, do you?
No, the nearest hillbillies is Ennis.
Ennis.
But no, Chicken Hut is nice. No,
Yeah.
if you're ever in Limerick and you want to get it earlier.
All right, okay.
Get it a little bit earlier if you can.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they run out of chicken.
So sell it out like.
Yeah. So if you don't want to be disappointed, just get it earlier. It's nice and fresh then as well.
I don't know what that. I was in Limerick at a stag. That's a few. I used to go to Limerick every year for the Kennedy Cup.
Okay.
Every year, but I haven't gone in a while. Tell me this. Talk to me about the podcast.
So, solo podcast.
Yeah. You're going to get guests on.
Well, I've had a couple of people on already. I've had 3 guests on, I think. But since I was on, as we were talking off camera, so the lads on the Celtic Crack podcast that I used to be on, I knew one of those fellas, and another one of them used to follow my content, and he asked me if I wanted to come on as a guest. I was thinking, like, what's a podcast? Didn't even know what it was. Yeah. So, being a guest on that introduced me to podcasting, and I was thinking, geez, this is class, like, whatever. And I always kind of thought, like, geez, I'd love to have my own one. And I just never thought, like, that I'd be able to do it. Do you know? It's the type of thing where I look at it and go, geez, this is class, I'd love to do that. No, I'd never be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of dismissed it for a couple of years, you know what I mean? And we did that for a while, and then when COVID happened and social distancing and stuff like that, and obviously we were uploading our videos and stuff, so we had, like, and plus we had to abide by the fucking rules and shit like that, so it was very annoying. So we were like, oh, we'll just have 2 people in this week, or we can't do it this week because of whatever restrictions or this and that, and it ended up, and then everyone's kind of circumstances kind of changed as well, do you know what I mean? And it'd be me one week, it'd be another person the next week, and blah blah blah. So we kind of stopped it there, and then a couple of years down the line I was thinking, geez, I'd love to do my own one. And I kind of said it to people then, and I'm the type like I'd rather just try do something myself without telling anyone.
Yeah.
I'll do, like, I remember even something stupid as, like, because I'm just afraid in case someone will look and go, what are you doing that for?
Yeah.
I remember I was when I first grew my beard, right? Someone asked me, why are you growing a beard? I was like, no, I just need to shave. I wouldn't admit that I was growing a beard. How fucking stupid is that?
You just reminded me of something that you'd done on the Celtic Crack podcast. Talking about lads growing their beard to go,
straining. Yeah, I still do that to this day, man. People are like, oh, I can't grow a beard. I'm like, just sit at home and do this. But that was it. I had pure thick stubble. Do you know what I mean? But it wasn't lined up or anything like that. It was scruffy enough looking. Someone said, you growing a beard? And they were kind of saying as if the fact, like, oh, you've good growth. Like, you know, now I'd be looking at people's stubble going like, man, you've good growth. You should grow that out. And I'm caused about 4 or 5 beards in Limerick, like. But even so, as I said, like, even something as small as that, because it's a change and it's a different thing, it's a new thing that I'm doing. I'm just like, oh, telling anyone about that. So I mean, I did my driving test on a motorbike. Didn't tell anyone. Failed.
Before you after you get the car, obviously.
Oh yeah. This is only in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I got my provisional for the motorbike. Didn't tell anyone. Do you know? So I just sent it into the group chat to the boys that had motorbikes. And I was like, oh, look what I did. And they were like, what? They just never thought that I was going to. I don't know what it is.
Fear of backlash, or fear of, like, don't do that, just bah.
I think if someone turns around to me and goes, yeah, sure, you never drove bikes, why would you?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I suppose, yeah, stupid.
You kind of want to go off your own decisions.
I think because I have, like, these harebrained kind of ideas as well about certain things, you know, if I told someone, like, oh, I'm thinking about getting a guitar, they'd be like, yeah, would you be able to play that? I'd be like, oh, I'll give it a go. And they'd be like, man, it's hard, like, you know, this many hours and that. And then I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I'll not get no guitar.
Would you let people influence you like that?
It's not even they're influencing me, but it's like they're telling me in a different way. They're making me realise, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to do it, would I? Do you get me? I suppose it would be influencing me, yeah.
No, I'd be the kind of person that would go for information or feedback on things. I just do it anyway.
Yeah. Like, I put up...
I bought a van. Like, I got rid of my car and I bought a van for many reasons. The fact that I think a van is cool.
Yeah.
And I remember going to lads, what are you getting a van for? Sure, you won't be able to go anywhere or anything like that. So I'm fucking getting a van.
Yeah.
Just when I got a van.
Yeah. But that's the thing, if I did that before as well. I just bought a van randomly one time, like, and I had my car as well, and people were like, why do I have a van? But, cool, like, isn't it?
Yeah.
500 quid to insure.
Yeah, it's grand.
And, but I don't know what it is, man. I just, anything that I'm planning on doing, sometimes I might, like, but there's most things that I'm ever doing, I just won't bother telling anyone, like, and then I'll just tell them after the fact. Like, when I did my first episode of my podcast, I just did the episode, uploaded it, and then posted on social media. Surprise!
Yeah.
I have a podcast now.
Yeah.
Do you know? And the way it would be with the podcast then, because I never did it before, because I never knew if I'd be able to chat for an hour on my own, or if it was going to be good or anything like that. I'd be afraid then to go like, lads, I'm going to start a podcast. And then 3 weeks down the line, someone going, I thought you were starting a podcast. Yeah. And then you feel like a fucking idiot then because...
It fucking kind of makes sense to me, so it does. Do you know what? I'm coming across some kind of fucking deep talk.
Yeah.
I'm not, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense to me because when you add everything up together, what you're saying, right? The reason you don't want to tell people is because because you're not that committal or not that focused, if you don't do it and they approach you,
It's so easy to push me away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like not an insult, but it's almost like, I shouldn't have fucking told him I was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Should have said nothing and chanced it.
So what you're doing is probably right, like.
Yeah, I suppose for
Probably
my own
for
head,
yourself.
like yeah.
I probably got that all wrong. But I hope that
But no,
makes sense.
I know what you mean. Yeah. That could very possibly be it. Like,
Yeah.
but
The last, we quick fire question, but the last question I want to ask is this, right? If all your content was erased tomorrow morning, what would you want to be remembered as?
I'm never
I'm
gonna.
not killing you, right?
No, but I know. But I mean, no matter what I do, I'm always going to be known as the Peppa Pig Man. Always.
You think?
100%.
Do
Because
you think
it's
it traveled? Do you think it? How far do you think it's travelled? I'd say you're universal, like
I went.
worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305, and I used to have a skinned head as well. But
Yeah.
I was at the Chicken Hut one night, right? And a van pulled up outside it, English Reg, right? And these two travellers came up to me, right? And they says, "How are you keeping?" And they knew my name. I was like, "Well," he says, "we're travellers from England." He said, "We're over, and your videos are very good. Come over to the van." He said, "The lads will be delighted to see you." I was like, "What?" Went over, man. There was a load of them in the van, and it was like a people carrier kind of a thing, John, like a
Crew
minibus
cab.
thing, whatever. And just a group of lads from England, like, and they just knew my content, like, do you know what I mean? No, I don't know. They probably had like Irish connection or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fact that they were over here as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just random things like that, and you're like, geez, that's mad now, like, you know. And there is things in there's people in other countries and stuff that have messaged me as well, and they're like, "Oh, I used to live with this person who was Irish, and their friend fucking told me about your videos and this and that and blah blah." It has travelled a good bit, like, in fairness.
Yeah, sure, of course. But do you know what it's relatable to? Like, when I remember when I first seen them, I was kind of like, this is like the Irish South Park. I know you're plagiarising Peppa Pig or Happy Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
But imagine there was like the same voiceover, the same kind of characters, but in like a different setting. Like that's $1 million idea.
Yeah.
You have an Irish South Park there.
But that's what, like, people are always saying to me, like, geez, you should make your own cartoons. You should link with an animator
I
stuff like
understand,
that.
yeah.
And I'd love to do that, but that's another thing. Do you know what I mean? I was just thinking, I wonder would an animator ever contact me? No, I'd do it. Like, do you know?
Yeah.
This kind of, and I'm just dismissing it in my head, then, like, and not knocking
You're
on
harsh
doors.
on yourself, aren't you, a little bit?
Yeah. Very.
Yeah.
But this year, I think, has been the most positive year for me in terms of how I'm treating myself. Because
that's a win, right?
I did a lot of, I kind of looked inside myself a lot when I started thinking about this diagnosis and stuff like that, and when I started the podcast. And I was thinking, like, why do I want to start a podcast? Why do I want to create content? And what I got into in episode one of my podcast, I kind of said, like, I feel like I need to get this out of me.
Yeah.
I have all this stuff. Like, if I saw that sign today on the stairs and I didn't make a video of it, right? Now, fair enough, like, that's just one thing, right? But if that was happening to me every day, I'm thinking to myself, that's funny, but, like, I'm not sharing it with anybody, and then it's just going into my head and fizzling out, and I'll eventually forget about it, or I might try to explain it to somebody. I'll be like, I saw a fucking sign that said this and that, and it's never going to hit the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like that all of this stuff generates inside of me, and I need somewhere for it to go. So I feel like that it has to come out in a stupid Snapchat or a video or my podcast or whatever it
It's
is.
how you expend energy. it's how you're expending energy.
Yeah.
Like even the brain, like, you know, the thought process, you're expending energy.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like the most unselfish thing in the world is what you do.
There is, but as well as that, there's a selfishness as well. Whereas, that's gone out of my brain. No, obviously that's not a bad thing for anybody. It's not to hurt anybody. Like, but it's almost like it kind of clears my head.
Yeah,
and gets all this shit out.
Yeah.
And even though it's coming out as comedy, then it just removes it then out of my head. And when I see that other people are enjoying it, that brings me great joy. Like,
yeah, I get it. I mean, I love it. I think it's brilliant. I fucking think the self-awareness around that is massive. I think the fact that you identify something funny and you feel like, if I don't fucking share this is going to live rent-free in my mind for a long time.
And as I said, like, that's the type of thing that I reflected on when I first started the podcast. I was thinking, why am I, what, do you know? And there's been times, a girl said to me one day, and I think about it all the fucking time, we were talking about something, a friend of mine, we were talking about something, and she said something about, you love the attention online anyway, or something like that, just a little stupid throwaway comment.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, no, I don't. I was like, that's not why. No, that's not why. And it's
hurting
really,
a little bit.
Not even hurt, but like it really kind of sank in, and I was like, what do people think?
I've done this for this.
But do people think now that I just want the attention online? Do they think? Yeah. And then I was thinking, well, sure, I must do. Why the fuck else would I be uploading things? And then I was kind of thinking, and after that, I deactivated my accounts like a week or two later.
Did you?
Yeah. I've done that loads of times now because I've always kind of been second guessing myself, thinking this is stupid, is it? Or you know, whatever. I might go quiet for a while or whatever. But I kind of got into my head a little bit, and I was like, Jesus, fuck, what? And you know what? I was kind of like, why don't I just try to be a normal person?
Yeah.
Do you know? And then I just tried to be a normal person, and then I just found myself slipping back into it again, posting on my private stories and my private this and that. I'm like, I'm back. Open up the accounts. Yeah, do you know that kind of way? So it's a mad one. Like,
but I don't. It's even funny how a throwaway comment like that.
And she wasn't even being smart.
No,
she's just
throwaway.
Yeah.
100%. And because the comments made at you is throwaway, but you're thinking, no, that's not why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
People think I do it for this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're starting to dig that fucking abyss in your mind where you're like, I may cancel everything.
Yeah. And then I just...
She probably didn't even mean it.
No. Or maybe she thought it.
Yeah.
Maybe she did think that.
Yeah.
Do you know? Or she could be just slagging, like, do you know what I mean? Sure, people be like, you love all that. Do you know what I mean? And people are like, whatever, and that's it.
Yeah.
But then I took it and I was like, wait, do I? Is that what people think?
Smash your phone off the ground.
Yeah, fuck off. But and then when I started the podcast, I was like, right, now I have somewhere for all my stuff, all my stories and all my stuff to go to. Like, do you know what I mean? I can
you like your own company?
Tell the people, no, I hate it.
Do you?
Yeah. But
that's good for someone who does a self-podcast.
Yeah, I know. But you see, I wanted the best. I wanted the best opportunity for it to succeed, so I didn't know who I could contact.
You can't rely on it, I get you.
Yeah, that I could...
To be consistent.
Not that I don't have people to rely on, but just with creating content, I wouldn't really have somebody that would be as driven to create content as I am.
Gotcha.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And also then from a back fact of, you can if you're putting a show together for a co-host or two-man show, and they're saying like they're not a reliable person.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
And I'm not a reliable person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I said, like, I used to miss episodes of the Celtic Crack podcast when I was on that. And I might only cancel a couple of hours beforehand. Do you know? And I didn't want to be putting anyone else in that position either.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my thing. If it goes wrong, it's on me. If it goes good, it's on me. So.
Yeah. Brilliant. We have quick fire questions, right? They're usually not quick fire, but as quick fire as possible. So, first one, Teo or King?
Teo.
100% correct. I like King though. Do you remember King jacket? Remember jackets? King had a brand. I'm a couple of years older than you. Had a brand called Jackets.
Were they in it? Was the bag a little bit thicker?
Yeah.
Was it a stronger kind of bag?
Oh yeah. They had a barbecue flavour, salt and vinegar, and cheese and onion flavour. They were different level. But yeah,
just seeing as it's not quick fire, do you remember the?
Yeah.
Was it Disco's used to have a sachet of more flavour?
I do. I never had them.
Oh, man.
I do. Do you know what my one is?
They'd
My
blow
hot
the head
take
off
is.
you.
See a Halloween,
Yeah.
when I was a young lad, my ma buy Cocoa Pops and there'd be black and white ones in it.
What?
Yeah, because it was Halloween. The white ones represented
Yeah.
ghosts. And no one believed me for years, man. And I went down a wormhole online one night and I found an actual picture of the box. I sent it to everyone I knew. Fucking told you.
I never heard of that. People are like, what do you mean you told us? I never heard this story.
Chicken fillet roll order.
Oh, southern fried chicken, taco sauce, cheese.
See, I had, do you know the deli bacon?
Oh, yeah.
I had that and toasted.
Okay. I used to tell people to get like 4 or 5 wedges in the roll.
Yeah, I heard that.
But the mistake you can make is by just asking for wedges. Right?
Because the load.
But if you say like, and I've often said like, oh, give me like 4 or 5 wedges, and they'd put in, no, just 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, try that.
Hash brown. Couple of hash brown or something in it. Maybe it's a spice in the wedge, is it?
Maybe.
I have a thing about potato on bread. Like, you wouldn't eat potato sandwich, like.
No, but chips and bread, man. Chips on bread. Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, fair point, well made. Actually,
bit of butter.
The more I contemplate, no chip
Yeah.
sandwich, more nice. Bit of red sauce.
I get one now.
One thing that should be banned. I get one. Sorry. One thing that should be banned.
Tomatoes.
Do you like tomato sauce?
Yeah. Oh no, sure, if they're banned in there, I've no tomato sauce.
Would you eat bolognese, like?
Oh yeah. Just tomatoes themselves, like.
Man, that's quite fucked up. You might think I'm the world's biggest lick arse, but I am I haven't ate a tomato in my life. And I love tomato sauce. I'd never ate a tomato in my life.
I remember
The fruit tomato.
Yeah.
But tomato sauce, tomato-based pasta sauces,
Yeah.
tin tomatoes in pasta.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Tomato, no, go away with them. Must have green yolk on him for his hair and all. Tell me what the most Limerick thing ever is.
The most Limerick thing ever. Jesus. It's chicken hut?
I thought you were going to say tackies. That's quite a Limerick thing. Tackies.
Well, yeah. I'm a tackies man. No, I
Yeah.
suppose nothing came up about tackies. Yeah, tackies would be Limerick, I suppose.
Isn't it?
It's only Limerick. Yeah. Do you know where that came from?
Yeah, I heard it on the Celtic Crack
Oh,
podcast.
did you? Yeah.
Someone come over from the missions, was it?
Yeah, and I think it's the fact that the rubber sold, and then when they came over from one of those hot countries, it was meant to be like a priest or something like that.
Yeah.
Then the rubber would be tacky on the end of it.
Yeah.
Because of it. But I actually heard. Do you ever see that? Inside the world's toughest prisons.
Oh, yeah.
Hey man, my name is Raphael Rowe. I was prisoned. I was jailed for a crime that I didn't commit. He had on a pair of 270s. I don't know. You're probably are you into him or what? Do you know him? Do you?
Yeah, Mike.
He had a pair of them on, and that was the first thing I noticed about that show. I was like, oh, look at him. He's wearing 270s. I have the exact same ones. And he was inside there in this mad prison. I can't remember where it was. And your man threatened him. He was sitting on the bunk bed with him, and he was like, "Give me those." And he was like, "What?" And he was like, "I'll take your life," he says, "even if it's for a pair of tackies."
Go away.
Yeah, swear to God. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's on the latest season of...
That's Netflix, right?
Yeah. I think it's on the latest season of that. Your man says to him, he says, "I'll take your life even if it's for a pair of tackies." And I rewinded it about 5 times. I was like, did he just say tackies?
Yeah. Brilliant. One guest you'd love to have on the podcast.
Oh.
A reunion it'd have to be.
I had Stooge on already.
Another full reunion.
Oh yeah, well that'd be great. But I don't have the space for it. But that would be great, yeah.
Live show of that, I think if we could put a live show.
Yeah,
together on
I was actually speaking to someone about a live show. But I just don't know the logistics around it or how to do it or...
Yeah, we've another one this Saturday.
Cool. But something that will
So I'm better than you are.
Yeah. But it's something that will come, 100%.
Yeah. But I think a CCP live show reunion
Yeah.
would be fucking gold.
Be a great crack.
I'd travel for that.
100%.
Describe Ireland in 3 words.
Green teddy bear.
Why?
What?
Why teddy bear?
Because it's the shape of a teddy bear.
Fuck off, Walsh. You might blow your mind now. It's not a dog up on
So
tiny
here's
legs.
up the rebels, get back our teddy's head. You hear that song?
No.
It's Wolf Tones, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, the fucking north is the head.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term in my fucking life.
Go
man.
away.
No, never. So
Have a
every time
look.
you look at that now, it's going to be a teddy bear.
Yeah. And I never looked at it thinking, geez, that's a teddy bear. I
I
heard
said
it
it was
in...
like a dog standing up or something. On its sides.
like,
Yeah. The
Dog doing a
that
wheelie.
dog, yeah. That's brilliant. Last lie you told.
The last lie I told.
Yeah.
Ireland's chef of teddy bear. No, the last lie I told. Oh man. I probably told my daughter that I was somewhere when I wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
White lie, right?
Yeah.
The guards that didn't kill that guy.
Not for any
It's the
reason.
last lie you told.
Yeah.
One thing people take you seriously.
Too seriously.
Yeah. Life.
Social media.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what my favourite comment is on our social medias? Podcast equipment's gone too cheap. They should make podcast equipment more expensive.
Man, I
think it's
I
brilliant,
love
lads.
negative comments like
I
that.
think they're brilliant.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I love? The haircut videos. And people comment underneath it. Do you guys do cancellations?
Yeah. What does your barber work at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our tattoo artists as well. Do you guys do cancellations?
What would your superpower be?
My superpower, flying.
What was the first place you fly to?
Oh fuck! I don't know. Just up around and do a few circles in the sky. Like,
A few wheelies?
I'd probably go into town and make a video. Like, look at me, I'm flying.
These two questions we ask everyone, right? They're the same for everyone. If you could know the absolute truth to any one question, what question would you ask?
The truth to any question, what question would I ask? Oh fuck!
That one gets everyone. Examples are, did your man land on the moon? I don't think he did. What way was Diana killed? Who shot JFK? But you can go as deep as you want, or as shallow as you want.
Oh Jesus, man!
It's a great question, isn't it?
It is a very good question, but it's too good
It is, isn't
because then you
Yeah.
can't say like, I can't even think of a stupid answer for that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Come back to me after the next one.
Next one's a bit deep as well, right? If you were to enter a room with everyone you ever knew, you've had to have known them now, who would you go to first?
My father.
What would you say to him? That's the first question you ask him.
Fuck.
What story?
Do you ever see my videos when you're up in heaven? Jesus, I don't know. Fuck.
But you go to your dad anyway.
Yeah. Because I don't remember him.
At all?
No. As I was saying, I have a bad memory.
Yeah. Would your siblings remember him?
Yeah, the older ones. Yeah.
Is there much of a gap?
No. My sister is only about 3 years older, 2 or 3 years older.
Yeah.
Wait, no, 2 years older than me, and she can remember.
Are you the youngest?
No, I have a younger sister as well.
Okay.
A couple of years younger than me. Yeah.
So the one before before you can remember. Oh.
Yeah. She can remember a lot. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find. Do you know there's some things I think not having good memory is good anyway.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but then you kind of don't know, like, if you're not remembering it for a reason, like.
Do you know what talking about memory, right? And I actually put a podcast together about this memory thing. I think that for me, I'm 41, right? I went up to the bedroom the other night to get a charger, and I came down wearing flip flops
Okay.
because I forgot to get the charger.
Yeah.
What's all that about?
Yeah, that's mad. That happens to me a lot.
Like, isn't that? Do you ever look for your phone? It's in your hand.
Oh,
Where's my phone, lads?
Man, I was there. I used to wear, as I said, I had no uniform in school, right? So I used to wear tracksuits going to school. And I had my tracksuit out next to the bed. And I got up in the morning, I got up in the morning, went down the stairs, asked my mother, what you doing with my tracksuit? Where's my pants, whatever. I was after putting the pants on me, like. And I was down looking for it. And she was obviously looking at me going, he's obviously not happy with the one he has on, like. So I got up. Obviously, first thing I did was put on my pants. Went around in looking for my clothes to get dressed. Down to my mother, Ma'am, did you move my pants that was next to my bed? She's like, no. What one was it? And I'm like, oh, grey one, or whatever it was. And then she's probably looking, going, he already has a grey one on him. And then, stay for ages looking for my pants.
It's worrying, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little things like that, man.
Yeah, it's mad.
I think
brain fart.
Yeah, that's exactly what it'd be called, brain farts. The brain fart files. I think it's brilliant. Lads, a reminder about our website. Oh man, I'm too fat for this. Go on www.howishe.ie. Check out the shop part. You can get a nice little jersey. They're for sale, and amongst other things, any penny we get goes in back in the pocket. That's for you.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you. Cheers.
On that website, you can catch up all past episodes and keep up with what's new. Again, have a look at www.howashe.ie.
It's that time of the episode again where we have the beautiful Shannon Redmond come in through the door for her curveball, the CEO of Amplify Studios, the one that is my constant deterrent in the podcast world, but we're working things
What
out.
does that mean?
That if I said blue, you'd say black.
Oh, yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like that though.
No.
Anyway, what do we have?
Okay, goodness me. That was a roundabout way. Okay. I don't know how you're going to feel about this one. Because usually I can gauge your answers.
Oh, can you?
Sometimes until you go...
Are we that predictable?
Until you go rogue. When you go rogue, it's rogue.
Yeah, I've been rogue a few things.
We've
To be
had
fair, the editing team has done a fantastic
make
job
the
in some of these
cuts.
segments. to be
Yeah.
fair.
So when you go rogue, and when I'm
I've
playing...
used some really bad words in some of these, like really bad scenario. Like this probably should be cancelled altogether.
You would be cancelled had we
Yeah.
not cut out a lot of your curveball
Yeah.
answers, yeah.
Why am I not like that in the main episode though? In the main part.
I'm
of the
so
episode?
glad you're not. Because now you still have a running podcast and it's great.
I did have a few recently that we had to cut out.
God.
If we get a million subscribers, we'll share them.
A bloopers reel.
Yeah.
A cancel reel.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, are you ready for your question?
Yeah, go on, hit me with it.
If future you could send you a letter, okay, but what's written in it might ruin a surprise in your life that's yet to come, would you read it?
Yeah.
Stray facts.
Love a spoiler.
Do you?
Yeah.
But like, it could say like, Podge, good luck.
That's the gamble though, isn't it?
You'd read it, no bother, not even think
Yeah.
twice. Are you not the kind of person that told me in a previous curveball that why would you want to figure out just live your life?
No, that's how you die.
You wish I
You
could
have
tell
how
you.
you die.
Well, I suppose if it's future, you're still alive.
Exactly. I'm not
Yeah.
going to write. I'm not going to write to myself to tell myself that I'm going to die. Knowing myself like I know myself, if future me wrote me a letter now, it would only be positive.
Okay.
Yeah, with no gossiping.
No gossip, you man up the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have no problem reading it. If it was done from someone else, I don't think I'd read it. But no, it's
As in, like, if Nicola wrote one. If your wife wrote you
I
one.
read hers because I know she'd be positive as well.
What if I wrote you a letter? Future me wrote you a letter.
I have to toss a coin. I don't think I would. And that's not because I don't trust you or don't love you. I just...
I'm just not tend to be positive.
I don't know what your moods are. Do you know what I mean? Like you could be. It could be a really bad time for you. You could be like, I'm telling that cunt when he's dying. Do you know? But see, I don't know you. I don't know you well enough, right?
Yeah.
But I just know. Just the question. I would 100% read it because I know it was me writing it.
Yeah, if you wrote it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That is an unbelievable question, by the way.
Yeah.
You should have a part 2 to that.
What's part 2?
What would you write to yourself?
But sure, you wouldn't know. It's future.
Yeah, but maybe I could
What
just
surprise
try
would you ruin on younger you? Like if you were to write a letter now to younger you, but you're ruining a surprise that's happened in your life, what would it be?
You finally went to Japan.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. Or you finally built a bar in the back garden. Which I am going to do when we buy a house.
You haven't done that then, though. Right now, in your life right now. Like you're writing to 25-year-old Podge.
Oh, I'm writing now 25-year-old
Yeah,
Podge.
so what surprise?
Married.
Yeah. I was saying, I think mine would be Owen.
Yeah, married.
Do you actually
you
like
got
him?
married, Podge. I think, no way. 25-year-old Podge get married?
Mm,
No fucking chance. No chance.
that's the surprise you'd ruin.
Young, wild and free. I wasn't any of them things when I was young, but I don't think it was wild or free. But yeah, but do you know what it is? It could be devastating news in it as well. But I'm just glad I'm writing it because between 25 was 16 years ago for me, right? Like, a lot of stuff's happened in 16 years. Like
Yeah.
probably more negative than positive, really. But yeah, I think marriage would have been a big one, and the amount I've travelled.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You're
have
very
said,
well
I
travelled.
wouldn't
Yeah.
have said that I would have been so well travelled as I am.
Yeah.
That was down to me having, I suppose, not an epiphany, but the fact that when I got 30, I was like, right, I'm going to have to
An
go
awakening.
see the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's yours?
Would I read the letter? I'd read the letter because I'm a control freak. I'd like the letter right now. That's
What
my
do you think you'd say
dream.
to yourself, though?
I don't care. That's my dream to know.
I don't think you'd do a letter. I think you would send back a PowerPoint presentation.
I would. I'd send a podcast,
Yeah.
an episode.
Oh, fuck.
No, like I would. I always end up saying,
That's the $1 million podcast idea. You just come up with it.
what? Letters to
My-
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, copyright that. We're taking
I think there's a film called Letters to Myself.
I think there is as well. No, I would. That's always what I say. Do you know, when you're going through the ringer and you're like, oh, I just want to know how it all works out. That's what I always say. I just wish I had a crystal ball. Do you know, if you're making a decision,
Yeah.
the amount of times I've said in my life, I wish I just had a crystal ball. So if I was my own crystal ball and I could tell myself what was going on, 100%, I'd read it twice.
It's cheating though.
Not a chance. I'd read it
I'm
twice.
having a fascination lately where I don't know if I've said this on a podcast, where I have said this actually in the podcast, where I'm putting myself now. I'm putting myself now back to when I was 16 years of age or 17 years of age. And what would I invent?
Okay, what would you invent?
So that's been invented from, say, between the age of 17 and 41.
And what is it?
It changes the whole time.
What's your most current
fascinated
one?
with this. I've actually wrote it down like 10 of them. I've been fascinated with it. The most current one is I would have just eat.
Things that are already here that
Yeah.
you should have
That's
put the
going to
things
make
down.
me a billionaire.
Yeah.
It was Facebook. It was fucking TikTok. But then
you
you
start
see,
acting on them, you see now.
Huh?
You keep missing the train on it.
but they're done. They're done. Like, so the question I have then for sorry, I'm boring. Yeah.
Sorry.
So the question I have for myself is what's the next thing? Why can't I think of the next thing? If all these things happen between me the age of 17 to 41.
Would you ever think that maybe your thought process is like your ideas are coming from things that are already
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
that they're already in front of you?
Yeah.
So
But what I'm trying to say to you is I'm going back to 16, right? Here's how Just Eat works. It's an app, right? Was there apps in 2002? No. Okay. Who created the apps? Let's network with them, right?
Zuckerberg.
Okay. Whatever, apps, whatever. And then just do the whole process of being, once apps not our thing, I had this app called Just Eat. And then I'm thinking, how am I going around and marketing this to chip shops? How am I going around and marketing this to all fucking food vendors and shit? Like I've really put time into all these things. But then I put myself in the present world and I'm thinking, what's next? Why can't I do that now for something?
You can.
No, but I don't know what it is.
You have to think about that now. Next week's curveball, I want to
I
know.
thought it was podcasting, but obviously not. Proved I'm shy at that. No, it's not going to fucking work. But yeah,
The crickets.
I didn't forget what the question was. Have we answered both of us? Answered them?
Yeah. Yeah, we read
Oh,
the
yeah,
letter.
You read the letter, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you read the letter?
I don't know, because you're one of those free birds, and you know life is life, and I figure it out as it happens, and it's all about the journey, not the destination.
I think I was that person a few
Yeah.
weeks ago.
You were. That's why I said to you. I fully thought
No,
you
but
were.
I wrote it. I wrote it.
Yeah, but I fully thought you were going to say you wouldn't. You are that person. It's not
Yeah.
about a few weeks ago. You're like, oh, figure it out as you go along.
Yeah. You know, I am that person. But because I know I wrote the fucking letter, I'm going to read it.
Do you know my favourite thing about you?
What?
When you're making a point, you go,
Yeah, it's like I'm fucking holding a tray of... I noticed that. Like, what do I do with these? What do I do with my hands? Yeah.
I wrote the letter. It's right here.
Yeah, I just become camp. Hiya. I don't know what it is, but it's like I am probably to cut that. Probably
Bends
to cut
right
that as-
back.
Oh, my fingers are like that. Yeah.
Like your fingers are touching the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, that's been great. Thanks, Podge.
Thanks.
Anyway, lads, this episode is proudly sponsored by Carl Estimating, your one shop for estimating and tender bids, extra capacity without payroll or HR headache. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. I really fucking enjoyed that. Text me when you know the answer to that question, right?
Yeah, we'll do.
I'll do a TikTok on it. There's
put
the
it-
answer to this question. I wish you all the success in the world.
Thank you very much.
I think you're one of the most underrated social media people we have.
Thank you.
And I said to you before, I said to you off air, and I said to you on air, you genuinely should. But some people are going around now on social media, you should be a megastar.
Thank you very much.
There's
really
no doubt
appreciate it.
about
And I need to kind of learn to appreciate myself a little bit more, and
100%.
you know,
Yeah, 100%.
and try a little bit more as well to put myself out there.
Thanks for coming on. Genuinely
Thank you very
appreciate
much. I really appreciate it.
it. Yeah, and if you want us to go up to your podcast, €500.
Yeah. You can only come one at a time. I don't have room.
That's it for this episode of How's Your Podcast. If you liked it, make sure to like, share and follow. If you didn't like it, go fuck yourself. I said it every week. I don't mean it, of course I don't. We're on all the social media platforms and all the podcasting platforms. As always, as on my podcast, it's Carol's podcast, your podcast. Good luck and God bless.
The How Is He podcast is brought to you by Carol Estimating, your one-stop shop for estimating and tender bids. Extra capacity without the payroll or HR headache. See carolestimating.ie.